Hi there, welcome along to another video for you to row along to. It's week 1, session 2 of the PDP training plan, and this is a mid-tier workout. What you're going to do is 5 times 6 minutes with 5 minutes rest in between each, and you're going to do each at 28 strokes per minute, and your pace is going to be 2k plus 5. So that works out around about an 8 out of 10 for your out of 10 effort scale. Now the 5 minute rest in between is what's key here. This means that you recharge well enough to be able to get into the next interval, and this holds it all at a mid. Okay, now let's get straight into a 4 minute warm up, and I'll talk to you more then. So let's get our machine sorted. Sorry, I lost my words there. Drag factor first, make sure and set that, and then leave it there for the duration of this workout. Monitor, set at eye height so you don't have to look up, don't have to look down. And foot straps, set the holes to a point where the strap will cover the bottom lace on your shoe, or if you're rowing in socks like me, it allows you to hinge forward at the front comfortably. Okay, there we go. Spiel, spiel, spiel. So, 4 minutes warm up at around about 18 strokes per minute in 3, 2, 1, go. Bit of a grabby start there. So for the first minute of the warm-up, just get moving. Like I always say, just tell your body what it's about to go, what it's about to be doing for the next, well, I suppose, half hour worth of rowing and then 25 minutes rest time. So yeah, so it's the main session on this one lasts 55 minutes. But you are spending 25 minutes of that resting. Now I'm not really that familiar, well not familiar, I don't really do sessions like this with massive long rests in between, so especially for this channel. But as being we're doing this plan together, hopefully you'll stick with me and you won't fast forward through the rest, because they are the key to what makes you able to do the 6 minutes at a high stroke rate and high pace. If you don't take that rest, you're not going to manage it. Right, so technique wise, make sure you're hinging through the hips from 1 o'clock at the front to 11 o'clock at the back, and that you're getting the handle back over your knees before you bend your knees for the return, okay? It's the key. Right, in 1 more stroke, we'll take a foot out of the foot straps. Okay. Just drive. So make sure and drive with the leg that's in. You really want to push with that leg. You shouldn't lose too much pace. Maybe 5 or 6 seconds doing this versus both feet in the straps. 1 more stroke here. Swap feet. There you go. So yeah, this might well be a session that if you just come to it cold and you're not doing it as part of the training plan, you might think, 5 minute rests? Are you mental? Are you a madman? But it's part of the plan. Makes perfect sense. All right, 1 more stroke, and then let's put both feet back in. Legs straightish, and then back, or body and arms really. Arms and body. Just do that rock through the hips, and pull the handle in, and squeeze your shoulder blades tight. Okay, so you should really feel your body hinge right through. Right, so let's do the opposite. Go to the front, arms straight, just drive. Try and pick up that catch at the front. Really feel the snapping in as you connect with the flywheel and let it turn. 2 more strokes here, and then we're done on the warm-up. One more. Ooh, I was launching off my seat there. Right, keep moving up and down the rail, have a drink. If you don't feel completely warm, keep rolling, pause the video, keep rolling for a while. Keep going through me chattering away, okay? Because I'm about to explain once again what we're doing in today's session. So remember, this is a mid-tier workout, which means it's going to be hard, okay? This is why you have a 5-minute rest in all of the intervals. Now, what are the intervals again? Well, they're 6-minute intervals, and you're going to be doing them at 28 strokes per minute. Pace-wise, 2K plus 5, and if you're working on an out of 10 effort level, that means around about 8 out of 10, okay? And the other thing that I keep on talking about is how much you can speak during the workout. In a bottom tier foundation one, I can speak quite well. In the top tier ones, I just grunt at you. And in these hard ones, I should be able to talk to you, but maybe not the entire way through, I'm afraid. But we do have a 5-minute rest in between each interval, so I can just keep you entertained then. So 28 strokes per minute at 6 minutes. Watch me for stroke rate. I will try not to waver too often, but you know what I'm like. But yeah, so you ready for this one? Let's get into it. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So 2K plus 5, remember, try and dial into that as quick as you can. Should be okay at this stroke rate. But by the end of the 6 minutes, it should feel tougher. That's okay. This workout is designed to feel hard, but then those 5 minutes allow you to recover again, ready for the next one. One minute gone. Try and hold your pace. Wherever you started at, I want you to make sure you're still rowing that fast when you finish. Remember to breathe. Stay relaxed. Especially through your arms. 2 minutes gone. If you tense up, you won't be able to go as fast, and you'll be wasting energy systems. Make sure to keep driving from the legs. Halfway there. Whew. This is fun. Don't ease off. Keep your stroke rate up and keep the power going through the machine. Because we've only got 2 minutes to go. Certainly looking forward to 5 minutes rest right now. Come on, keep it up. That was for me. Keep your technique right. Swing through the hips. Right to go. 28 strokes. My mouth has gone dry. Almost there, come on. Last few strokes. Then you get a rest and a drink. Two more. Last one. Good job. Now, question is whether you're setting yours up on the monitor as intervals. In fact, I better add on the YouTube comments, on my details, to at least press the button. If you've just set just a standard row to row along with me, and you want the total time and distance and stuff to accumulate over this entire row rather than setting it to intervals, then make sure every minute, like right now, of the rest, press the top button on the monitor, because otherwise the monitor will shut down. Unless you're carrying on some light rowing at this stage now, with a minute rest in, you might be just doing some light rowing to keep the blood pumping around your muscles. But if you have stopped completely like I have, then, and you're just doing it on a just row rather than actually setting your monitor to 6 minutes times 5, then make sure every minute to press the top button on your monitor if you're on a concept 2, because otherwise, like I say, it will turn off, which isn't very handy. At the same time, what's also not particularly handy if you're going to set intervals on your monitor is that if we start at slightly different times in the interval, we can run out of sync. A tiny little delay, especially on that first interval. That's why I've started counting down 3, 2, 1 and then going, so that we can try and go bang on the same time in case you have actually set this workout into the monitor. I mean, if you do run out of sync, then it's fine. Depends whether you are watching me for stroke rate and stuff, or whether you're just keeping my stuff up as a distraction to keep you going a couple of seconds either side of what's going on. But anyway, Oh, we're halfway through this rest. So you should have, I mean, I've certainly, my breathing's better, my heart rate ended around about 148 at the end of that first interval, and I'm down at 56 now, so I pretty much say that's me recovered with breathing, heart rate and stuff. My butt's a bit sore, but good tip is to lift your butt cheeks off the seat, just to reseat your muscles, get the sit bone off that tiny little piece of muscle that's currently flaring away and going, I hurt. It's certainly a hard workout. 6 minutes does take its toll on you, but this 5 minutes then sets you up to be able to do it again, which is quite handy really, isn't it? Like I said, this makes perfect sense as part of the training plan. So week 1, session 1 being 30 minutes and 22 strokes a minute, which is just nice. Bottom tier, I'll just get everything kind of your engine up and running, to then hit this today, which is a bit more spicy because it's the mid tier. And then session 3 is back down to foundation 1 again, to let you recover from today's row. It's all, if you go to the pdprowing.com website, you can see the training plan on there, and it explains kind of what to do these days. It's kind of important to know how you're supposed to be approaching these, especially from an effort point of view if you're not doing it as a pace guide on the monitor. Oh, let's hope that's the only boring chat I do in this one. If I just sit here and just talk rowing the whole time, you might as well go and watch the Dark Horse ones or something else. You come here for the food chat, which I think I'm having burgers tonight. Burgers, salad, pasta. Looking forward to that. I may even have a glass of red wine with it. Red wine and burgers, you say? Are you mad? Right. Next interval in 10, 9, 8. We're doing exactly the same thing again, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Now keep your technique right, okay? Please get your rock through the hips from 1 to 11. Shins vertical at the front of the stroke. Arms relaxed, hands relaxed. Handle over the knees before they bend on the return. Trying to get all that out the way now before I find it hard to talk again. There's a minute gone. Keep your core braced as you drive through the legs to allow the power to transfer. A nice open hands, acting as a hook over the handle. Two minutes done. Oh, I didn't drink enough that last rest period. Mouth's all dry again. It's a nice fluid stroke rate, this one. not much room for hanging about. Whereas slower stroke rates, you have to get the timing right. This one is pretty much 1-to-1 for drive and recovery. Two and a half minutes to go. Try and find your breathing pattern. Maybe breathe out as you drive. That might help. As though you were doing a deadlift. I tend to breathe in weirdly at the front. Get in there. Come on. Make sure you're still at 2k plus 5. And you've not had to do anything wacky with your technique to maintain it. "50 seconds to go. Come on." There we go. 14 strokes to go. Almost there. Don't slow down. Stay strong until the end. 2 more strokes. 1 more. There we go. "152 closing heart rate for me. So that's I'll count the percentages. My max is about 175. So it's, hang on, 75% could be 75. Oh, whatever. I can't. There you go. That's a sign of a tough workout if you can't even do mental maths with percentages. I'm sure I could work it out, but right. Remember, press your button to keep your screen alive. But yeah, I don't really watch my heart rate while I'm actually in the row. I probably should, but then I don't do heart rate based training. It's all pace based, so. Because there's no way we could do heart rate based together. Because if I was to row and try and keep my heart rate at 130 BPM, for you to, like as a percentage thing, if I was trying to do it like 60%, and we were to do it together, and you were to try and do a session and keep your heart rate at 60 ppm, I don't think we'd be rowing at the same time. So, and remember, I've designed all these so that you can row with me, at least from a stroke rate and time point of view, and hopefully you keep up with the pace guide. So whereas my 2k plus 5 is different than your 2k plus 5, we're still starting at the same time, we're still rowing the same stroke rates, whatever. It's just one of us is going faster than the other. Probably you faster than me, to be honest. This is why, I mean, my original plan for these, after being asked so many times to try and do it, was to try and just come on here and record the peak plan. The peak plan being a fantastic training plan that lots of people do. Anywhere you type in, I need a training plan, most people will say do the peak plan. Because it's free and it's really, really good. And there's a link in the description on this workout for how to get there, and it's on my website. Hopefully I call it out enough that a lot of this is inspiration from the peak plan. But the problem is that this session was down on the peak plan as, how many times can I say peak plan? Peak plan. Was down as 1500 meter session intervals. Which we can't do together because you could finish your 1500 before I do, so we have to do it as a time point of view. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the majority of workouts that create this PDP training plan. The genesis of them is coming from the peak plan, but I'm tweaking them so that we can roll them together, but also the peak plan doesn't give pace guide and stroke rate guides, which again, stroke rate guide we need to do so that we can row together. And pace guide, I just think it's quite handy so you know what kind of effort you're supposed to put into. Whereas he's very much a bit more woolly about just gauge your own effort and can you go faster the next time and stuff. But so it's definitely the foundation of this PDP training plan comes from him. But then in many ways, I mean, he adopted the Wolverine plan, which, talking of which, what do you think of the hair and the beard, eh? Anyway, so he adopted the Wolverine plan, created the peak plan, and then for this proper set of workouts that are going to upload, that are going to be like the PDP week 1, session 1, session 2, whatever, they're going to be kind of pretty much following a structure as laid out within the peak plan. But then all my other workouts that you can do that have now been tagged mid, top and bottom tier workouts, you can then substitute them in instead of, let's say you don't want to do this kind of workout on week 1 because you're like, I don't have the time for it. You can find another of my mid-tier ones and do that instead. So it's a choose your own workout, choose your own adventure workout training plan. Right, 20 seconds to go. Hopefully by the time I get to the end of the 3 or 4 weeks I'm going to do this for, I'll have explained it to you properly by what I'm intending to do. Okay, in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So same again. 28 strokes a minute, 2k plus 5. You should be nice and refreshed for the start of this interval, but I'm going to guess that both of us will feel slightly more worse for wear at the end of this one than we did in the last one. But that's the point, that the intervals test you, the recovery, rest period lets you claw some of your energy back, but you're on a diminishing return, and by the end of the 5th interval we should have found it really tough. This is one that you're allowed to be lying on the floor afterwards. Don't let your technique slide just because you may be feeling it sooner than before. You can get to the end of this interval. Don't worry about it. You'll make it. Hopefully without having to slow down. And all you effort level based people, you should still be rowing at the same pace that you started at. Even if it now feels like a 9.5 out of 10. 3 minutes to go. There's a good chance you may have already noticed that the pace we're doing this at will be around about your 5k pace. That's a good thing. This is the perfect stroke rate for a 5k, if you ask me. Get that handle away from you, over your knees. Get your body set up for the next stroke with your forward lean. Then slam your heels down. Push the machine away with your feet. One minute to go. Come on. Rest period coming up. That'll let you recover. Slowing down won't let you recover. So stay strong and get to the end. Last few strokes, come on. 2 more. 1 more. Whew. So yeah. (160) finishing heart rate. So certainly tougher for interval 3. 2 more intervals to go. But if you're doing these right, whereas you might have originally looked at the 5-minute rest period and thought, that's way too much. What are you doing, you big dafty? I'm sure now you're thankful for them. Irony is, how come 5 minutes can feel like 2 minutes And then 6 minutes during the main interval can feel like an hour. That's not ironic, is it? That's frustrating. That's from the Alanis Morissette School of Irony. Oh. Oh, I remember when Taylor Hawkins used to play with Alanis Morissette. I think it was the first time I ever saw him play the drums. Absolutely blown away with this blonde mop of hair, just attacking his drum kit. And years later, when I heard about the Foo Fighters and saw him playing for them, I'm like, whoa, it's him. And he's still doing exactly the same thing. In fact, tonight, I was supposed to have been playing a reunion concert with the band that I was in when I was like 15, so like 30 years ago. The band I was in when I was 15, we used to go and play concerts all over the place and stuff. And we decided to get back together because they were all turning 50. So we thought we'd get back together for a one-off concert. Just to kind of relive old times. I mean, I hadn't seen them for 30 years-ish, well, maybe 28. And it was all going to plan. We had it all sorted. I've got a lovely drum kit, and I didn't actually say I was the drummer in the band. We had a few rehearsals. We all remembered the music. It was great. And then a tiny little virus that you may have heard of, COVID-19, came along. And that's it. We're all in lockdown. The concert was cancelled. Paused. Let's say paused. Rescheduled to a point when we know it's going to all be clear again. So it's a shame. Didn't get a chance to rock out, but well, eventually it'll happen. Enjoyed it. I mean, I've not even played the drums for like 25 years or something. Yeah, I stopped. I sold the drum kit I had at the time. I know this is, listen, it's either this or I talk about training plans. So the drum kit I had when I was 20, I sold in 2021. I sold so that I could go to Corfu on holiday with a girl that I had met 6 months prior, and who I had fallen deeply in love with, and that was 1996, 1997. That sold my drums so I could go on holiday with her, and it was such a good holiday that 24 years later we're still together. So my amazing wife, I may have sold my drum kit to be with her. Oh, not to be with her, it's not. I may have sold my drum kit so I could go on holiday with her. But she's been everything to me since then, more than a drum kit could be. And plus I've got a drum kit now, so it's win-win. I've got a gorgeous wife, 2 gorgeous kids, and a drum kit. I mean, what else do you want? The ability to go to a restaurant and a pub would be quite nice as well, but hey, that'll come. One day it'll all end. One day I'll shave. One day I'll get a haircut. I know I'd said in another video that I'm going to wait until all this unfortunateness stops, and then I'll shave and get a haircut, but it is getting... See, we're back to talking about my hair again. It's just getting ridiculous. We're going to look like the guy from Home Alone. Not Joe Pesci, the other one. No, that's Macaulay Culkin. Anyway, right, there we go. That killed some time, didn't it? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. My heart rate dropped to 78, in case you care. Hope it's slow, about 26s. There we go. Try and hit pace as soon as you can. Apart from maybe the first stroke of the interval, there's no real value in easing yourself into this one, because you've got 6 minutes of the thing. The first 5 strokes aren't going to save you much energy, so you might as well get up to pace as quick as you can. 2k plus 5. This is our second last interval. It's good news. Probably better news in the next interval, but you're training to get fitter and faster and stronger. So if you're doing this plan, it's because you want to get better, not because you want an easy ride. Play the fish game if you want an easy ride. My legs are starting to feel quite tapped out now. But then I did go for a 5 mile run last night, so could be that. 2 minutes done. You're doing well. You and me. If you're keeping up, you're doing really well. Told you there'd be moments of silence. Just have to steel myself to continue. Halfway there. You got this, come on. And don't worry, I'm not going to sneak in a sprint or anything at the end of the next interval. This is all meant to be flat paced from start to finish. You won't need the sprint to destroy you at the end. You should have worked hard enough throughout. Two minutes, 56 strokes. You can manage that, can't you? Keep driving through the legs. Make sure to rock from 1 to 11. Straight arms at the catch and only bend your elbows at the end as you start to finish the stroke by pulling the handle in to your chest. But make sure to do that pull of the handle. Good powerful pull at the end. Squeeze your shoulder blades tight. Almost there, come on. Don't go slower. There's no need to go faster. Keep it 2K plus 5. 20 seconds to go, come on. ...160 heart rate. 2 more. 1 more. Whew. And that is a spicy tomato. Hoots. It's certainly, well, understandably, certainly the toughest interval I've set so far. And I would imagine the next one will be even tougher. But it's okay, because the next one is the last one. Then we get to have a wee cool down, have a wee stretch, then have a wee drink, have some wee food, and have a wee sleep. Oh. Shoulder wasn't particularly hurting up until literally just now. I don't know what's wrong. It's just feels, it's kind of like where the collarbone meets the shoulder. I don't know what it is. Excuse me. Cheers. I don't know what it is that's wrong with my shoulder, but it's keeping me from racing and being where at the top end of where I used to be. It could be an age thing, you never know. But for the time being, this training is probably perfect for the fact that I need to try and start managing my weight a little bit better if I want to go back to being a lightweight by the time my shoulder's healed. Part of which I've started doing a kind of soft version of the 16-8 fast diet. Basically, I don't eat anything after 9 o'clock at night, and then I don't have anything until lunchtime, 1 o'clock the next day. So that gives me like 16 hours where I'm not eating anything. And then I get an 8-hour window where I'll have like lunch and dinner and stuff in it, and the odd protein shake and things. But there's no way I could do that in the mornings without drinking coffee. So, and to be honest, I'll probably, in the course of getting up at 7 until lunch, got to figure I'm going to have a good 5 or 6 cups of coffee. I'm an absolute coffee addict. So I can't really call this a 16-8 fasting diet, because if I'm having, say, 6 cups of coffee in the space of like 6 hours, with milk and 1 sugar in each of them, that's not fast. So, but what it does is it stops me grazing. I don't know about you, but that's my biggest problem, is just, especially from working from home, is wander off into the kitchen to make a cup of coffee, and then while I'm there, I'll like grab a handful of nuts, or worse, like a digestive biscuit to dunk into the coffee and stuff. The danger dunk. How long can you dunk a digestive biscuit before it gets too soggy and the bottom breaks off and you've ruined your cup of coffee? No, I have to make another one. So all that stress is gone now. And who knows if it's going to work, but I need to try something, because I'm packing on. Well, I'm staying the same weight, but I've lost so much muscle because I'm not training as hard as I used to, because of my shoulder. So you can see my arms are smaller and my legs are smaller and stuff, because I'm not training as much. So I'm losing muscle, but I'm also packing on. When I can see, don't look at my stomach, don't look at my stomach. So, but hey, this isn't about me, is it? I was told once, never talk about yourself in a YouTube video. It should be all about you guys. Everything should be about you. Like, how do you deal with your diet and stuff? I mean, seriously? I mean, it works. I think if you're calling out on a 30-second advert, it should all be about you. Do you want to get faster? Do you want to get fitter? Do you want to get stronger? But I mean, eventually that gets a bit dull. And I mean, it's me, I'm already dull. Imagine dull times 2. Oh. Right, last interval, here we go. So 6 minutes to go in 10, 9, 8, hold on a second out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So get your stroke rate up, get your pace flattened out. This is your last interval. So you're going to be done in 5 minutes and 45 seconds. So this is the magic interval where, yes, it'll feel tougher because you've already rowed 24 minutes, there we go. But because you can see the light at the end of the tunnel now, you don't need to guard yourself, protect yourself for any future intervals. So you can put in whatever it takes, energy-wise, to maintain 2K plus 5. Even if it does leave you lying on the floor afterwards. Okay? This is meant to be hard. It's a mid-tier workout. Exposure to hardship. You need to experience feeling tired and out of breath if you're ever going to get faster. 2 minutes done. So where the bottom tier foundation rows builds your engine, they don't really build speed, or at least capacity to remain at speed. That's what an interval like this, or a session like this does. Halfway there. Keep an eye on your technique. Shins vertical at the front. Don't overreach. Don't overslide at the front. The same way, don't lean back too far at the back end of your stroke. And try not to finish the handle too high up. My handle, it sits sternum area, just below my heart rate strap. You don't need to whack yourself in the throat with the handle to go fast. Yes, you'll see some people doing that. But the majority of them get injuries in their back and their forearms. All right, 1 minute to go. You can do this. It's only 26 strokes. 5. Do not ease off. Stay strong. That was definitely for me. Come on. You got this. Come on. 30 seconds. Keep your form. Don't break down. Stay controlled and breathing and strong. Two more strokes. One more. Right. I will endeavour not to fall off the machine. And I'll kick into a 2-minute cool down. You with me? Or are you on the floor? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Just, even if you're just going through the actions here, pick up the handle and just move back and forth. Keep the blood pumping through your muscles and around the body as your heart rate gradually slows down. So I finished at 165. I'm at 125 already. So after, 45 seconds-ish? Not bragging. Other people are a lot fitter than I am. But I think because I've got a resting heart rate of 40, it's quite a long way for it to go down to. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed session 2 of week 1 on the PDP training plan. It certainly was a toughie. And I hope you put in the effort you needed to make value of the 5-minute rest periods in between. If you didn't feel that you needed the entire 5 minutes, if you gauged the entire row, then you probably weren't going fast enough. Maybe retake your 2K or readjust how you perceive your F out of 10 value, because I certainly needed every second of those 5-minute rests. Even the first one that felt like it went on a bit, I needed that rest to get my baseline low enough to be able to complete the rest of the intervals, so it's very important. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure and leave comments and whatever, especially for this, when we're on the training plan stuff. Do leave a comment. I'm going to stop here, you continue going. Do leave a comment, let me know how you got on, whether you liked it, whether I talked too much, too little, too much about myself, too much about drums, too much about the plan, you never know. Yeah, and comment, subscribe, click the bell, look out for the future ones coming up. So they are going to trickle up. I'm going to do like still 2 a week. So it'll take a while to get all 4 weeks worth up, which is why the legacy of videos that I've got up there, that's why I've tagged them all, so you can kind of swap them in and out if you don't want to wait for me to make the training plan specific videos. But then maybe you're coming along to this in a year's time and you see all this stuff. In which case, I really hope lockdown's ended. Oy. Yeah, anyway, so there we go. Well done for making it to the end. And listen to my, I was about to say drizzle, that's not right. Waffle? To waffle? Yeah. And let's just have a nice, simple hashtag for today, whether you liked it or not, but especially if you didn't like it, I want you to use the hashtag burger, okay? Because I'm off to have a burger now. Just so I know you got to the end. If you're going to complain about it, then use hashtag burger. But I also like seeing when you do hashtag burger if you made it this far. Anyway, so hopefully that's you at the end of your cool down. I've kept you company for today's row. Thank you so much for being part of this. I really do enjoy rowing and having a purpose while I try and recover from my shoulder. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay busy, keep on keeping on, and all the rest of the slogans. Bye-bye.